Hi, welcome to CBug's Records, new arrivals for the week of May 19th. I'm Bug. This is my record store in East Windsor, Connecticut. Please subscribe. Please pass this along. Everything I'm going to show you this week is from Brimfield. I went to Brimfield. If you're not familiar with Brimfield, it's in Brimfield, Massachusetts. It's miles of flea market. You know, they do it 3 times a week. So this was the first time they're doing it this year. It was great. It was so much fun, and I got lots of stuff. Mostly records, but I will say I always like to buy one thing that is not records, and I was lucky enough to buy a 7-foot yellow submarine. So I don't want to start turning the camera or anything. You'll see it when you come in, or you already saw it on Facebook. Okay, so for the most part, I'm just going to put this all together, but I will start with a dealer that was selling $2 records. So you can get 10 records for 25 bucks. Everything else, I don't remember where I got these. Okay, I paid in all $900, which is a lot for me. The submarine was $200, so $700 for the record. Okay, we'll start with the Rod Stewart. So these are the cheap ones, so they kind of get a little better as we go. Nia Peoples, these will all be about $8. I got some Disney. These will be 10. Sleeping Beauty and Wizard of Oz. Disney does sell for me. The E.T. soundtrack will be 10. Heat Wave will be 15. Heat Wave is like disco funk. Let's see, Escape Journey will be 18, and Who's Next will be 15. And the last 2, there are a couple that ended up with scratches, so I just threw them out. But the last 2 were both mistakes. Almost Summer, for some reason, I thought was Absolute Beginners, which is mostly, it's a soundtrack, but it's a lot of David Bowie. It's not bad though. $8. And Anita Bryant, because I thought it was Anita Baker. No big deal. $6. Okay, moving on to the other stuff. We got some good stuff here. Start with Prince, 1999. I needed this. I haven't had this in a while. I think we're at 36 for it. Yep. And this one. This might have been my best deal. Prince, Lotus Flower. This was made in 2009. This is a 2007 version. Now it says 2 CDs. I don't have the CDs. They did not come with this. But this is valuable, especially this pressing. I'm not really sure why, but I'm $80 for this, and it's fantastic. It's a great combination of funk and rock. I'm not always that big on the later Prince stuff, but this one I just really enjoyed. Okay, speaking of funk, James Brown Hot will be $18. Parliament Mothership Collection. I just had this, sold it for $50 the first day. Now, I want to be honest. On side 2, I don't know how well you can see this, but there is a big old scratch there. It's a surface scratch. This plays beautifully. Now, because of that, I'm putting this down to $35, but I'm happy to play it for you. I mean, it really does sound fantastic, and this is such a must-have album. Okay, staying with the funk, we got Funkadelic, One Nation Under a Groove, $40. And this one, I have no idea, I haven't heard it yet, but I know it's funk, and there was no way I was passing this up. But, of course, first of all, notice the spelling of but. Isn't that clever? And what is going on here? We got this superhero coming from time or space or something, and like, whoa, look at that. No way I was going to pass that up. I think we got 18, 20 bucks. Okay, we got Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor with the package. That's, I think we're around 45 for those. Not sure. Okay, a couple of these. If there was one thing I was looking for coming into Brimfield, it was this. These are so hard to find now. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. I had this cassette when I was, I don't know, 15. I never got too into it. There's a couple songs I liked, so that's why I got the cassette, but I never really liked the rest. But I just listened to it. It's a fantastic album. They're $38 each now. Very hard to find these days. Quiet Riot, Mental Health will be about $25. Pyromania, $28. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. Again, tough to find and tough to keep. These go all the time, so I'm up to $24 for these. A couple Michael Jackson. We got Off the Wall for $34 and Bad for $38. Skynyrd, which I'm really low on these days. One More from the Road, $22. And Street Survivor with the Flames. So this was, you know, they put this out and then the plane crash that, you know, Ronnie Van Zant was killed and other people. So they thought the Flames were inappropriate, so they took them off and just made the black background. So we got 45 on that. Joan Jett, this is fantastic. Up your alley. This is from 1989, so, you know, not many people are buying records then, so this is tougher to find, and we have $36 on it. Speaking of tough to find, Kiss Killers. So this was an album that came out after The Elder, and The Elder was such a major flop. It almost seemed like the end, and that was more of a concept album that did not work. So they put this out just to make a rock album. And a lot of it's compilation. I think there's 4 new songs on it. This is a German pressing. This was only made in Europe. There are no US versions of this. And because it's German, you can see the S's changed. That's because the S's were too much like the Nazi S's. So for everything German, they changed the S's. So for a few reasons, this is pretty rare, and we are up to 45 on it. Billy Idol, getting more and more up there, $26. It's not the first one, self-titled, but there is one before this from Billy Idol after Generation X. Whatever, this is the one White Wedding. The Ramones, Subterranean Jungle will be $35. Lou Reed Live, Take No Prisoners. This is one of my favorite live albums. Lou Reed is just great. You know, if you're not a Lou Reed fan, this sounds silly, but don't buy this. You know, if you're kind of a Lou Reed fan, you know, there might be things you like. I mean, he just talks during the songs. He doesn't care. Walk on the Wild Tide. The whole thing, it's like 12 minutes, and it's just him berating a critic in the audience. I love it. Some people won't, but some people absolutely will. Final Cut, $30, couple Pink Floyd here, and Metal, I think that 45 on it, 45. Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart, will be at 18. George Harrison, Cloud 9 will be at 18. Haven't had this one for a while. Abbey Road, 35. This one's interesting. Bachelor Party. The movie with Tom Hanks and Sealed. And it's kind of up there anyways. I have 25, 26. My eyes are horrible. I think it's 25. It's a $20 record anyways. Being sealed makes it nice, not a big deal. But it has a couple Oingo Boingo songs, which makes it valuable because Oingo Boingo is huge these days. Let's see, another Sealed. This is Robin Trower. What's it called? In City Dreams. And I'm gonna black that because it's wrong. I printed out without it being sealed, so I think we're around 12 for it. The Zombies, so hard to find the Zombies. Time of the Zombies, $35. Okay, this is another one. No idea what it was, but I wasn't going to pass it up. This is Nervous Records presents Soulful House Experience. So this is house music, which I like. I used to hate. Probably 90s. No one I've ever heard of. John Cutler, Masters at Work, Basement Boys, Carrie Chandler, Kim English, Byron Stingley. I don't know, but I don't know much about this genre, but just too cool. We got 32 bucks on it. This album I love. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Pack Up the Plantation, live, 30 bucks. And this album I love. Oh, and the next one too. Huh. I'm in a mood. Boomtown Rats, greatest hits. You know, I really like the Boomtown Rats, and this has everything. This is just such a fun album. I got 16 bucks on it. Okay. This one, Highwaymen. If you don't know Highwaymen, it's Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. Just a fantastic album. And this one was a little more than I thought. I paid 20 bucks for this one, thinking, you know, I'm not going to make much, but this is up there. This is up there, and I apologize. I had a customer and I said a wrong price, so it's going to be 38 bucks. But just fantastic. Okay, Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. It'll be $45. And this one, Iron Maiden, Feedback Monster. It's a bootleg. You can find it. You can't find it on Discogs. I couldn't find any on eBay. But, you know, you can Google it and see it. Comes with a real photo here. I have 65 on it. It sounds very good for a bootleg. And I'm going to say that very good. Not perfect. It's still, you know, you can tell. But it's certainly not one of these where you're hearing people talk, you know, while the concert is going, the music's just in the background. It sounds really pretty good. Really pretty good. That's horrible. Anyways, moving on. Scorpions in Trance. Now, this is early. I believe this is 1975. And it is 40 bucks. Beach Boys Christmas album. And I really bought this because I was asked about this a lot during Christmas season. So I have $12 on it. And we are going to end with a couple rap. Fat Boys, the first album, will be $28. And the one I was really excited about, because people are looking for this all the time, Run DMC, Raising Hell, which will be 45 bucks. So, really good trip. Wasn't cheap, but totally worth it. I think these are all things that are going to sell well, sell quickly. And, you know, I got a 7-foot yellow submarine too, so how can we go wrong? All right, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in here.